Today, I'm going to show you my window coverings. And I'm telling you, man, they're a mess. My window coverings have always been kind of messy. Well, one of you asked about my window coverings for my front side windows. Yeah, look at this. It's a mess. Look at this, got tape on it. Okay, so the back of it, let me give you a history on this. Let's have a history lesson. I would love to have all new window coverings. My girlfriend Glenna, she has wonderful window coverings for all of her windows on her minivan. There is a company, I'm going to find out the name of it so I can give it to you, but I've checked, they do not make them for Kias. They only make them for a couple of different minivan makes. Yeah, brand names. So these are my window coverings. You asked about it. You said, what are those really beautiful purple and blue and green window covers? Let me get this situated so you can really see it. Yeah, these are it. Let me give you just a quick history lesson because I know you want to know how to make these. I have a friend, Joanne, and she made these for me. We got together. She was in Phoenix. I'm in Tucson at the time. She came down, and what she did was she measured my window. What an odd shape. There's a way that you can make a template for this. I'll try to find a website on how to do this. She took a piece of paper. Maybe you know how to do this already. She took some poster board. She went to Dollar Tree and she bought those poster boards. It's just cardboard, the same thing that I make these out of. She bought a couple of them and she put them on there, and I can't even remember, I was inside holding a flashlight for her, but she made a template for me that would fit. Okay, so that's number one. Then we went to the fabric store and she asked me to pick out some fabric. This is fabric. Inside here is Reflectix. On this side, it looks kind of light right now, but it's black. It's a black, it's felt, not felt, but fleece. It's black fleece. This goes on, there's somebody outside turning the door. This goes on the outside. I always put the black on the outside. Don't want color on there. I don't want the Reflectix on there. When somebody walks past it, I want it to just look like there's really heavy tinting on my window. And I don't want people to look through. So, and then what she did was she got binding tape. And what she did was she took the template, she cut out the shape of the Reflectix, she cut out the shape of the material, both sides, and she got this border tape and she sewed it all the way around. Now she also clipped in the needle when she's sewing the Reflectix so things aren't moving around. Yeah. So let me just put this down and let me mention why this is so important right now. I wanted to do the window coverings right now to talk to you. I'm doing window coverings today because I have some really big, the next couple of videos are going to be very big. I'm going to be talking about safety in a situation. Just regular safety, but also a situation if the shit hits the fan. All the things that can go wrong and all the things that you need to know. Well, I thought I'd take a break from that so that, you're like, oh my gosh, here we go again. So here's just a break, but I'm still going to talk about it because right now is the time to make these. It's the time. Because a lot of you are still in your houses, your homes. Well, this is my home. I'm in my home. But a lot of you are in your houses, and guess what you have? You have sewing machines. And even if you're a guy, my youngest son, he likes to sew. He used to sew on the sewing machine all the time. Men do sew. I mean, you don't have to be a fashion designer to be to sew in your sewing machines. You have things that you want to sew. Lots of men sew in the sewing. It's a machine. You men, you love machines, right? Okay. Well, we won't go into the gender thing. But anyways, yeah. So you can make these. Now is the time to do it while you still have a sewing machine. I had a sewing machine. I sewed all the time. I didn't so much make my clothes, but I mended my clothes. I altered my clothes. I made covers for my chairs. All kinds of stuff like that. For my home, I did, stuff. So, but I gave my sewing machine away when I became a nomad. I like it. And it is colorful on this side, isn't it? But here's the thing with the Reflectix. You know what Reflectix are? If you don't, well, I can leave you a link for it. Some of you maybe have never heard of Reflectix. It comes in a roll, and it's thick, and it's like quilted. It's like been quilted, sort of. And it's both sides are Reflectic. And a lot of people, they use them for their windows. Well, let me just give you a hint. Reflectix, they lose their shape, and they just fall off. I made Reflectix for all my windows when I first became a nomad. Oh, yeah, I did. Let me take off my glasses for a minute. I did that. And I watched Bob Wells a lot. And I remember he said that you take the other side of it, with the side like you would want the black side, and you spray paint it with spray paint, black spray paint. So I did that. Oh my gosh. You want to cut it a little bit bigger so that when you put it in, it sort of like forms around your inside of your window. Do not use spray paint. Oh my gosh. What happened was it all flaked off, and I had, in my new, new to me, minivan, it flaked everywhere, and it flaked for a good year that I used it. It just kept flaking and flaking. So I dumped them. Totally dumped them. The only one I have left is still this one, but I can, I'll talk about that in a minute. So I got rid of all my Reflectix. Oh yeah, I got rid of them. Do not use spray paint. So what are you going to do for the black side of it? Well, this is one of the only ways you can really do it. I guess some people I know what my friend Jack did. What he did was he glued. I guess you could do that. Sometimes it would fall off. You could glue this on, just put like Gorilla Glue and then glue it on. Yeah. So what is this business here? What is all this? This is tape. I know. Here's the second stage of my history. Well, these stayed on for a while, but within probably about 4 months, I put them on, they just fall off. Because the Reflectix loses its shape. So, in order to use them, I used Gorilla Tape. I didn't use it all, you don't need it down here, but I put it around here, I put it around here, and around here, and I put it, whenever I would put these on, I would put these on my windows. Okay, let me just show you. Let me turn this around, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'll talk to you on this side of my window. So this basically fits here. Okay, it looks like it would just stay there, but it doesn't. It's going to fall out. Okay, so what I do is, let's pretend like the window's up. It's down a little bit. Let's pretend my window's up. Okay, what I do is, so I would put this on here. I would take the tape, make sure it's on, and shut it, okay? Here was the main problem with that. Especially in the summer. It's all gooey. It's Gorilla Tape. It's all gooey. And now I have tape. It's like sticky all the way around here. Okay. Now, you could say, well, just put a little tab of tape here, little tab of tape here. What happens is this is so out of shape now that if I did that, at night, light would come through there. So that's why I have it going all the way around, to block out light. Okay, so that was a problem. And when I would take them off, I would take them off and go to drive. I sometimes would set them here. The sticky glue, it would be sticky. There's a couple spots I can't even get off, or it would get on something. It's been a process with these things. I wish that the company that my friend uses, they would make them for Kias, because hers are still going. I don't know how they make them so well, but they did. I think they're still going. I haven't talked to her for a while. So here's where I'm at, folks. You could probably do this if you got I want you to get the idea of where I'm getting at. This doesn't have, I've been using this so long, it doesn't have any sticky anymore. That way I'm not worried about sticking it on, but it still works. Why? Because this is an extension out. This extends, this stops here, but here's an extension. So when I put it on my window and I shut the door real quick, this is trapped. It's not going to come off. Now when I open my door, there's still a little sticky left there, so it doesn't just fall down right away, but eventually it will if you leave your door open. Do you get what I'm getting at? So here's what I'm thinking. Once I get this tape off, I was thinking of actually sewing on like some material. Just like this here, this I forget the name of it, what it's called, but get it really wide and just sew it on so it comes out to about here. That way when I put it on my window and I close it really quick, it's trapped in there. So let's see how I do this now. So what I do is, this window's down, so forgive that. Well, let's put it up. Hold on. That way you get a really good view of it. It's kind of messy. You might come up with something totally different. I've been through the gambit with these window coverings. It boggles my mind. Now, a regular van, let's say like a ProMaster or a regular, like Econoline, and it's been built out. There's a lot of metal. And there are these magnet window coverings that they just stick on there. Well, I don't have metal anywhere. This is a minivan. This is material, and it doesn't have metal showing. Yeah. Okay. So now what I do is I usually put these in when I'm inside. I just kind of park it there. I know how this, I open the door, put this on here, shut the door. See, this is trapped because it's at, okay, so it's trapped. Those are my window coverings. These are these two. Crazy, isn't it? Let me get this over here. This is in real time, everybody. Let me get some more light in here. I'm not going to edit this much. This is real life, babes. This is real life. Okay, so here's my trusty fan there. Okay, so that's what this is all about. And here's another one. I mean, this is for the driver's side. And it goes like this, right? The black. And it's getting a little scrappy. But I like it that it's not still so sticky anymore. It's just not so sticky. You don't need it on the bottom. But you do. I put it around the top. And I don't need it on this side either. Although my other one has it on this side, but I don't have it on this side. I don't know why. There you go. Now, what do I do with these during the day? I put them in the back. I kind of slip them down in. Because what I've been doing, I always talk about, always cover your windows. Always cover your windows. Well, I haven't been. When I go into the store, I cover my front windshield, and these all have tinting on it. And I go in. I don't have too much here in the front anymore. I got rid of those bins. So, and there is tinting on those windows there. So it's not like they can really see everything, you know. But what I do is I put these together and I slip them back there. I only use these now at night, okay? I left these out because I knew I was going to talk about it. with y'all today. With these two middle windows. I've got messy windows. I'll admit it, I do. They're messy. They work for me, but I'm embarrassed to tell you about it because you're going to look at me and going, I thought you were a nomad that knew how to do all this stuff. It works for me, and I just put up with it, okay? This on here, let me show you, is static clean. I was cheap when I got this van. The other one, my first van, I went to a really reputable tinting place. But it was really a lot cheaper back then. 6 years ago? Oh my gosh. Now it's like way high. And so I had them, when I first got it, I thought, well, I was in quartzite when I got this ready. I'll just get this static clean. It's static clean and it's crap. But it worked. Nobody can, I got limo tinting. Nobody can see in here. Nobody. But I had to cut it myself. It's just, and it's starting to get pitted. I don't have a really beautiful view out there. I would love to. Maybe eventually, who knows? But that's what I got here. Now, for my window coverings, I've shown this before. I'll show this again. You need to think about these things because I'm asking you all to get your vehicles ready if you need to get out for survival and you need to get out of the city and you need to go. Seriously, you do not want your windows, people to look in and see what you have. You don't want that. So what I did was, this is blackout curtain, but it happens to be gray. These were curtains, long curtains, and I bought them at Walmart 7 years ago. Okay, what I wanted to do was put a rod across the front and put one of those, to block off, but I didn't like it. So what I did was, and then I told you originally I had Reflectix with black paint on the back and it just chipped all over the place. So what I did was I took those curtains and I cut them for these two. You need to cut them a whole bunch larger. Go larger than the actual window. It doesn't have to be a perfect cut. Then what you do is, there's rubber. There's rubber that goes around this. You take the top, you pull back the rubber, and you push in the edge. Then you have to go, you get these little clips, it's the smallest size, little clips. You push it in there, and you clip it. So it never, this is always clipped on, okay? Let me take this one out. So at night, this comes down, pull this down, kind of push it back. There you go. This is covered up completely. I do this for the night. In the morning, I want you to watch. I'll just do it with one. I'll put this back up. What I do, you can do it any way you want to. I do the middle first. So I bring it up to here. You'll get used to it. See, this is sticking out. Put that there, and I clip this to the other clip, the handle of the other clip. I'm so used to doing this after 7 years. Believe me, I got this down pat where to pull up at. It's getting warm in here. I got to open these windows pretty soon. And just kind of go like that. Pull it. There you go. And the same on the other side. Okay, so these are my two side windows. It's messy, isn't it? Of course, my windshield, I have two full windshield covers. Yeah, I use both of them at night. During the day, I only use that one because I always put that up. Because people really they can kind of look in, and I don't want people to see me sitting back here. The side windows are fine. They can't really see me back here. Now, what's going on with these windows? These are also a mess. I had a better system in my first van. This one, it was a quick job. I was in Quartzsite and I had to get this ready. What I did was, let me see, there's black fleece under here. I had some more black fleece. And it's the same thing. There's rubber around it. And I took those little clips and I clipped it around. But the black fleece is, you can almost just see through it. I didn't realize it was going to be like light comes through really bad. I never look out these windows. I just want them shut. So then I took a towel and I fit it around. It's a mess. It's just a mess. This one too. You know, you look at it and think, well, that doesn't look so bad. It doesn't. But as far as like real professional job, it's pretty crappy. It just is. So those are my window coverings. Oh my gosh. You had asked about these. I wanted to get with you on it and let you know. At some point, I'm going to rip off all this tape and do it nicely. And I was thinking, once I get to Tucson, get to my daughter's, I can use my sewing machine that she has. And I could get some like black sort of material, kind of tape material, and just go around and sew a lip around it. That way when I put it on my window and shut it, it's locked. Not too big. I don't want it to stick out, people to see it, but yeah. This is about as much as I would want it. Here's the end, and then I got this lip right here. Yeah. There you go. So I don't know what you guys are going to do. If you have a minivan, you just can't use anything magnetic because we don't have metal showing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be mainly unedited, so forgive that. I just wanted to get this out and get this out to you. So look tomorrow. There's going to be a video. It'll be part 1. I believe there'll be 2 parts. I've got a lot to say. I think I should break it up. And I'm going to be talking about things that might be alarming, but it's the truth, about safety. Once, if things right before they collapse, or if things do collapse. I will mention, I just saw an article that they say they're about in stage 3 of transforming the entire US dollar. And I don't know if any of you know it. I'm not going to go into it. I listened to some of it. If it does, and it looks like it's eventually going to be there, they're going to transform this dollar. There's going to be chaos. And so I just want you all not to be afraid. What I'm telling you is I want you to be prepared. I don't want you to be scared. Not scared, prepared. Might as well be prepared. And I'm telling y'all to look around. And if you do have a vehicle, start getting it ready just in case. If the financial world collapses, so will social collapse. There'll be one. And it will not be pretty. There'll be rioting, and you may need to move your family or yourself. So this is all I'm saying. I want you to be prepared. Don't wait to the very end, okay? So I love you guys. Till tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. Bye.